Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be attempting to make a tourbillon firework. So I'm going to do 3 scoops of this clay. Kitty litter, same thing. This one, as you can see, it's not grounded or anything like that. It's just the way it comes in the bag. I'm not going to press too many increments because this press is super loud, but just to kind of show, you know, more or less what's going on with it and all that other good stuff. So, okay, so pretty much half a teaspoon of clay. I went ahead and, put my finger on it, measured it out, and it does in fact equal out to the 1/2 inch that I wanted it to be. So that's good. So that means we can continue on and press out black powder until I get to the top. Once I get to the top, I want to leave a 1/2 inch. That way I can press a 1/2 inch plug in there, and then the measurements on the tube are going to be equal, so that way I can fuse it up and everything works out just nice. So I'm not going to show the whole process of the pressing because it's the same thing over and over, but once I get towards the end that I want to show, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll do a couple presses just to kind of throw that in there. This is a 1/2 inch tube, or a 1/2 inch ID and a 5 inch length. Okay, so as I kept pressing the increments, I didn't want to have to keep opening this guy, so all I did was get my digital caliper. As you can see, you just kind of open it up to get these back parts to stick out. Obviously that says 1.72, and then you just press it down. And as you can see, it's at 0.52, which is really good. I'm just going to go and leave it there. I'm not going to try to get it perfect to 50 and all that, because it's getting a little bit harder to press because the tube is at the very top, or I'm sorry, the rammer's at the very top, and that's where it gets kind of tough to keep it straight. But pretty much I'll do a 1/2 inch teaspoon. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's like right on the edge of that. So I'm gonna hold it just to kind of get that in there because it's hard to get it. And as you can see, it pressed it in nicely. I'm pretty sure the vent holes on the side with the wing are strong enough to lift this guy up. So it doesn't necessarily need the bottom ones, but I think the bottom ones help with lift and also for creating that shower effect, or that umbrella look that you can see on some of the tourbillons. So pretty much, let's see if I can pop this guy out. These guys get stuck in there after you. It has the little crease, which right here, I use that as the reference for the bottom. You just kind of mark it. It's kind of hard to get it straight because this thing isn't following the line. Like, it doesn't use that groove to keep the marker straight. So anyways, you mark it on the bottom there, then you mark mark across like that, and then directly above, and then you rotate it, and you do that and that. So essentially you want to make a cross, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to mark, here's the bottom, you're going to go 90 degrees, and then you're going to mark that for one of the side vents, and then you're going to go over here and mark this for the side vent. But you have to remember that one's going to be on this side and one's going to be on that side. You don't want to have them both on the same side because then it won't work. 5 on the end. Just take my marker and I'll just mark that guy right there. So here I'll make a cross, so I know, drill there, flip it around, and then using the bottom mark here, as you can see, here's that side piece I was talking about. Here I'm going to mark 0.75 as well. And then I'm just going to do the hole real quick here. Alright, and I in fact do have the black powder there, which is good. You just want to make sure you don't hit the clay, because then it's not going to do anything. So that, and then you rotate it 180, and there's the other hole. And I'm going to go ahead and drill there. And I in fact do have black powder there, which is good. Okay, I went ahead and drilled the bottom vent hoses out. I pre-cut these pieces of fuse. It's just a quick match I used the last time. So pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to fuse the hose together. So you're going to put one on that side. Whenever you do the fuse, you want to cut it a little extra. You don't want to cut it exactly to the same, to where the hole's at, because it's not going to fit. So, now I did drill these hoses a little bit bigger, because you still have to fuse these two guys together, and then you're going to put a piece of visco on that. So let me see if I can get this to fit in there. I didn't want to go too big on the fuse hole, because then at that point the vent's not going to work. Okay, it looks like it's going to work. Okay, so pretty much I'm just going to kind of push that down in there, and then you're going to run it across here. Again, I cut it a little extra. I didn't cut it exact. You don't want to be too short on it. See if I can get this guy to go in. And yep, it went in. Okay. So as you can see, this part here is going to be viscoed out, and then these are going to burn off simultaneously, but then you're going to go around it again with some tape. And then you're pretty much going to, I already drilled a little tiny notch for the wing, as you can see. You just slide this guy in there like that, turn it over, or actually pop back out, but it locks in place like so. And then I'm just going to push this guy back in. I'm sorry, I'm not even showing it on the camera. I'm trying to look at it while I'm doing it. There you go. So that's back in. So what I'm going to do is use some gum tape to pretty much protect this fuse from getting pre-ignited with the visco fuse, the sparks from that. I totally forgot I had this gum tape, so I was about to start using some of that blue tape, which I don't want to use because it doesn't work that well. It doesn't stick, but look at that. That gum tape sticks to itself very nicely. And do another piece. Block that off. Put this tape on there. And off camera, I had put the a little bit of hot glue on this wing. It's locked in place with the little tab, but at the same time, it's glued on the edges too and on the inside. So there's pretty much the finished product. It's going to stand like that. Once the green fuse ignites, it's going to get the quick match, forcing the fire to go through on each side. And because this is gum taped, it's going to harden up and it's going to act as a quick match. And it's going to cause it to burn faster, and it should produce the spin on the opposite sides, and then the two vent holes in the bottom should burn right through that paper. Anyways, that's all for now. Till the next video.